Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast, West Denver. Here's a quick message from our sponsor, Local Works Wheat Ridge, provided by its Executive Director, Paige Piper.
Local Works is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to make Wheat Ridge a more vibrant and sustainable place to live and work. Our mission and action is programming that provides neighborhood revitalization and small business support, keeping and growing the businesses we know and love in Wheat Ridge. In simpler form, we provide connection. Connection to business, connection to community.
This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Meg Smith.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to the latest episode of the Good Neighbor Podcast, West Denver. Today, I have Rachel Woolcott with Woolly Wax Candles. How are you, Rachel?
Oh, I'm fabulous. I'm enjoying the snowy day or cold day here making candles. So, yeah.
Good. I know that's a good day to be doing that work where you're inside and it's kind of cozy.
Absolutely. You're getting it. Yeah.
I'm bummed about the snow tomorrow, but we're almost out of the woods.
It's the summer, that's for sure. So
yes, it's
a couple more days of this is no big deal.
So tell our listeners a little more about Woolly Wax. And I also want to hear the origin story of the name.
I'll do the latter first, but the origin story of the name is my last name is Woolcott. So we grew up as Woolly, all the siblings did. So I liked the flow of that name, Woolly Wax. Now, that said, it has been a little tricky sometimes because people think we are a body waxing place because of the woolly part, or they make some other stuff up in their mind. But it's just the name, Woolly Wax, is just the play off my last name.
That's hilarious that they think you're waxing.
Oh boy. I mean, sometimes I'm like, well, technically I think we could, but no, we don't do that. I know the origin story is, it's quite simple in that by trade, I'm a chef, and I've been in the industry for over 25 years and had a restaurant here in town. And I sold my restaurant in 2010 and was trying to kind of figure out my next step. And, I just couldn't work for somebody else after I've been an entrepreneur and business owner all my adult life. So I was really trying to figure out how I could combine those many years of being in the kitchen and cooking to my next journey, and kind of had a little epiphany at one point where taste and scent, I realized, go to the same part of the brain. They both evoke memory. And I just got really obsessed with that phenomenon and realized that thread with my, years in the kitchen, I could be able to start maybe formulating scents together. And I just basically gave myself a little budget and read as much as I could and started getting into the lab and just trying to figure out how to do this and learning and growing. And almost 9 years later, here we are with the business.
Oh, I love it. That's so fun. Yeah, you just kind of dove in. And I love that it, invokes memories of experiences, because that's so true. I still remember my grandmother was a Chanel No. 5.
Oh, my mother too.
And I smell that, and it just takes me right back to their house and all those special times there, So that's
so you get it. And I think now a lot of people get it and are understanding it, but it's so powerful.
Yes.
And we're just doing a little research right now because we're putting our new brand book together, and we're doing some research on the science and psychology of that very thing and memories and evoking. It's scent is so powerful.
Yeah.
For just even in the branding part of it. So
yeah, and it's in the subconscious mind. It
absolutely
pulls you back to things that you don't remember otherwise.
Absolutely. So, and it's exciting, and it's, I guess if you're going to be doing something in life, do something that you really love and that's exciting. And this every single day is like something new and exciting here.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So tell us about all the products that you're offering. And I know you're not only selling from your space, but from a lot of different spaces. So kind of where they can find you.
Yeah. So our business is sort of set up right now. We have a tiny little retail area here, but mostly it's just production. But it's a cute little retail space on 44th and Tennyson. So you can come in and buy what we offer. And right now we have like our classic line is our amber jars with silver lid. Comes in 4 ounce and 8 ounce. We also just launched last year our luxe home decor line. A little bit bigger candle in really beautiful glass jars, and they're more for that home decor. We also have, our stinker mist and our room sprays. We launched our soaking salts. So for the bathtub, we have an Epsom salt and Himalayan sea salt combination. And we're rolling out our reeds this year or this summer. We're going to be rolling out our reed program. So the reed diffusers. And we're also we're dabbling in some other kind of scent distribution systems that we'll probably be kind of looking into this year and trying to figure out how to do something a little bit different too. But our candles will always be here and doing our thing. So
yeah, that's awesome. And you partner with a lot of different retail spaces.
Yeah. Our custom collaborative scents are like, it's kind of like the most exciting part for me, to be honest, because I get to meet with like not just businesses, but I mean, we do weddings and we do events and stuff like that. If you want a product for your event that's like special and, kind of is in your brand profile, we sit down and we have a consultation and we do a formulation and we create a beautiful product, which I've just had the thrill of doing. One of which was a fun one that we recently did was our Casa Bonita Sopapilla candle. So that was a lot of fun.
That is so fun.
There. So but we've done musicians, we've done, hotels, we've done developers, we've done, the gamut, and nothing is outside of our box. We'll do it.
That's really cool. Yeah, I'm thinking right now, like, in the Applewood neighborhood. So my day job is I do the Applewood magazine, but like Applewood,
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? There would be like a cool scent profile.
Well, like a cedar. As soon as you said that, I'm like, oh, definitely like notes of like green apple, and you got that kind of not too sweet. And then you bring in that cedar, and you're by the foothills too. So you can really kind of bring in a little bit of the minerality of the soil and the foothills there. So I don't know. I think this is fun. Trying to create.
We're putting a pin in that for.
Absolutely. I would love it.
That would be so fun. Cool.
Yeah.
So obviously you work with both the business community and the consumers in the area.
Yes.
And I know that your products are also non-toxic compared to like what you would buy at like the Yankee Candle Company or something like that.
Absolutely.
So let's dive into that a little bit, because I think that's such an important aspect of what you're doing.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, it was sort of a no-brainer for me because my chef background, really that's all we did. We would grow whatever we could grow, within reason. We'd be farm to table, of course. And it was really important for me as a chef to just get the best ingredients that you can get that's, well sourced and, is as like carbon free and as good for the environment as possible. It was really important to me as a chef to like kind of approach it that way. So when I started the business, I'm like, it's a no brainer. Like, forget about margins and profits and stuff like focus on the quality of the product. And then that'll come. But just if you can put yourself in a position to put the best quality product out there, I mean, that's just how that's the only way I could be a business owner. It would have to be that way. So,
yeah.
And then I started researching a little bit more about some of the things that are in candles. And unfortunately, this business isn't regulated by the FDA. So you're really relying on the goodwill of the maker of how that product is going to end up. So I always want to be playing in the right space with good products. So
yeah, because there's that whole like particulate matter conversation of the things that are burning off of those. So I appreciate what you're doing. I've got little girls, and we try to be as like
and pets and little pets too.
Yep.
So
yeah, we got to be, and they're sensitive usually more than us, adults, unless we have some kind of airway issue. But yeah, we got to protect them for sure. So I love that you're sourcing and using good ingredients and safe ingredients.
And constantly learning and growing, I mean, I was using a particular cedar wood for a very long time as an essential oil, and you automatically think, oh, it's an essential oil, so it must be better. But the way they were actually producing it, the carbon footprint was horrible. So I ended up just kind of researching some different kind of cedar woods, trying to find a good, reputable company that sources it. And, you have to, like, every step of the way, you got to be kind of like involved in, where it's coming from and what it's doing. If you're interested,
right.
Some people don't care.
I mean, it's, you got to leave space in your mind to account for that for sure. But
well, this side of it, we don't advertise that we're like, drilling down and really figuring out, sourcing it all the way back to its origin. But that's just what we do. So it's not,
you want to do it. That's awesome. And I love it. And so, okay. So tell us a little bit about any like news or seasonal things. Like we're getting into summer. You're probably involved in like some events in the community. And
we are this neighborhood, the Tennyson Street neighborhood, the Berkeley neighborhood rather. There's the Tennyson Street Fair that's coming up in July that we're really stoked. This is our first year that we've heavily been involved with the Tennyson Business Association, and there's such great merchants on this street. It's so exciting to be a part of it now. And so we're going to be doing that event. We do First Fridays. We launched our first Friday in April. So what that entails is like between 5 and 9 at night on the first Friday, we stay open, and, sometimes I'll launch a new product or we'll run a sale on that night, but we definitely have a little bit of a little vino and a little beer or something to help get everybody excited. And it's super fun. And I don't know, we just launched our new spring scents too. We've got 3 really gorgeous spring scents that came out. I'm so excited about them. I'll tell you really quickly. It's lilac hydrangea, which is mwah. You really feel like you're sitting in a garden. I did a lemongrass, tangerine, and pomelo, which is like a citrus burst, and just lovely. And the last one is geranium lime. So you wouldn't think, you're like, what? But I really we don't do a ton of floral candles here. So I really wanted to kind of like, make that geranium pop a little bit more subtle, and that citrus comes in and rides it out perfectly. So you get a little bit of both. It's really cool.
I love it. I just want to smell all of them.
I can't wait for you to take one home.
Oh, they sound lovely.
Yeah, they're good.
So any other events that you do aside from like the new First Friday and the Tennyson area stuff? Like, I feel like I would see you in other.
I don't know. I mean, we've pulled back on doing like the markets, which were fantastic for us in the beginning, like launching the brand. Yeah. It's just extremely time consuming and it's a lot of work, especially in the beginning. It was just me. So I was hauling the tent and the product and then you get it put up and you got your display, and then the wind comes and knocks everything down, or it's super hot and all the candles melt. So we don't do a ton of it. We, like I said, we will do we'll be involved with the Tennyson Street, any kind of event for them, which one of them we will put our booth. We'll actually be out of our headquarters on Tennyson in July. And I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of any events that, I mean, other than just like us traveling and doing, some, looking at trade shows and stuff like that and trying to figure out like how to get
next level.
What's that?
That's like next level.
Well, we're scaling this year. So we're trying to just like bring it all in and get it together. But I just brought my partner on board after she left her 20-year career and now got on board with Woolly Wax, and we're just really trying to take it to the next level. So
that is very exciting.
Very exciting and a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. You've got one more person to manifest and grow and, the growth happens. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, when you're not working on the business, what are you doing for fun?
Well, we like to travel a lot. I love to travel. I'm actually headed to Mexico next week for a little friend's birthday party are you familiar with an area, North Baja called Valle de Guadalupe?
No.
It's it's technically called the wine country of Mexico. So it's like just east of Ensenada and below San Diego.
Okay.
We'll be there for a few days celebrating, and then we'd like to travel, and we like to hike and in the spring and summer, and I don't know, it's just, especially with a business, it's kind of hard. I don't really like go every weekend snowboarding or something like that, because the business is very time consuming right now. So
well, and you enjoy it. So
I love it. We were actually having that conversation yesterday or the day before. I'm like, this is a new, having my partner come in it could pose to be challenging because we live together, work together. Mm-hmm. But it's been like the best couple months. I've had so much fun coming into work, and I think that's what having a business is about too. You're always going to have your challenges, absolutely, but you got to be happy and excited, because that's where the passion comes from, and that's the product shows that, and that's how we roll. But we're having fun every day, and I'm excited about it.
I love that. That's so fun. I'm trying to get my husband to consider working with me, but we haven't gotten there yet.
Slow and steady. Yeah. There's no rush. So. Yeah.
Well, you've been in business longer than me, so that makes perfect sense. Yeah. So, what else? Anything else you want to share with the listeners about the company, the expansion?
Yeah. I mean, I always try to say, about the company, we've kind of rattled off all the fun things about it and how it started, and how proud we are of it and excited to see where we can take it. But I would just I would love to tell the listeners, anyone that's even entertaining doing something on their own, it can be very scary to do, but the reward is so bountiful, and you just take the risk. If you were ever thinking about doing something, take the risk and believe in yourself and be passionate about it. Passion is the thing. So if you really love something and you've been thinking about wanting to do something, just do it. You'll know when the right time is, but just go for it. Because look at me, 9 years later, I'm sitting here and I'm like, holy cow, we're doing it.
Yeah, it's happening. Yeah. That is so awesome. I love that advice. And I hope our listeners, whoever's thinking about it is a little more motivated to take that chance.
Yeah. Well, you did it too. So also just thank you for this podcast and everything that you do about bringing people together. And it's really important. So I really appreciate being here.
I appreciate you too. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today and for sharing your story.
Yeah. Well, have a wonderful day.
You too.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpwestdenver.com. That's gnpwestdenver.com or call 720-295-9588.